Okay, we'll see. That's the last time he gets anything. Shit, for sure. Hey, can I check everyone got squad news today? Because apparently been problems in the past. You have, don't you? Go ahead. Alright. So squad news has been distributed. Questions will start with Aidan. With broadcast, we always ask. No social media posting during the broadcast part, and then the daily briefing after is embargoed till 10:30 tonight. Aidan, we're going to get started. Thank you.
Sure. Afternoon, Mauricio. How was Harry after the game on Tuesday, and what sort of mental state is he in? Does he feel okay after the trauma?
No, I think was so upset after the game. It was so difficult moment for him. Of course, watching the action, yes, we feel so disappointed, and of course, it was difficult to accept the situation. But now it's much better. He did a scan yesterday. He need to visit the specialist next week, and we'll see. And then we are going to try to. I think now he's in a good place because he's a very positive guy. And of course, disappointed. Of course, it's a little bit sad. But you know very well, like we know him, that he's a very positive person that now is looking forward to try to recover as soon as possible.
Is there any hope at all, from your point of view, that you might see him before the end of the season?
We'll see, because still five weeks, and we need to assess. It's going to be difficult, for sure. It's going to be tough. Looks like similar, but still next week we are not going to have a properly answer. He need to visit the specialist next week, and then see how start his rehab. And of course, that is him and us. We are going to do everything to try to recover him as soon as possible. But it's true that it's not. It's only 5-week competition until to the end. We'll see, of course, is what happened in Champions League, but it's only 5 weeks that we have to recover him.
It's the same ankle. Is it possible that he maybe returned from injury a bit sooner than expected, a bit too quickly, back in February? No.
It's nothing to do with because he started to play in February. I think it's nothing now. Of course, if you start to play, and in the first game that you after the injury you back and happen the same, maybe you can talk about that we weren't right to force them to play. But I think he played a lot of game, and the reason is not that. Is the reason that was an accident, and happen again. Of course, it's a lot of coincidence, but we are talking about an accident. No, nothing to do with his rehab on the past.
How encouraged are you, though, that you won 5 of your 7 games without him at the start of the season? It points to you being better prepared to cope without him, albeit at a very critical point in the season.
I don't understand. Yeah, but I think it's a date or stat that means nothing. Harry is one of the best players on the world, and of course we are going to miss him. And it's no doubt that we are better when he's fit and he's on the squad. When all the players are fit and are on the squad, we are stronger, and that is the case with Harry. The same.
There will be some pressure, though, on Heung-min Son to step into that role, as he did so successfully earlier in the season. Are you confident he can cope with that pressure, as I say, at such a crucial part of the season?
No, it's no pressure for him. It's a pressure for us, for the team, to try to deliver our best job, win games, and I think it's for Sonny, for Fernando, for Lucas, for Christian, for Dele. It's the same pressure, it's the same responsibility, and now without Harry Kane, of course. But for me, always football is about collective, and it's going to keep in the same way, thinking that we need to improve and increase our level always. And of course, it's going to be tough, of course, because now are going to be decisive games to be on the top four next season and to go to the next stage of the Champions League. But okay, of course, we are so confident and believing that we can achieve what we want.
As regards Dele Alli, there's obviously a hand injury there. Are you confident you'll be able to catch him up and give him that protective cast so that maybe he might be able to play? Is it even worth risking him against Huddersfield tomorrow?
We need to assess him this afternoon and tomorrow and take the decision. To be honest, I am not too much optimistic. He broke his hand in 2 parts, and of course it's so painful. Yesterday we see the specialist, and today see how he's going to deal with this situation. I am not too much optimistic about tomorrow. I am more optimistic to be available for Manchester City, the second leg. But we'll see now, and we are going to take the best decision for everyone.
Would it be wise to rest players tomorrow, do you think, against a team that's already relegated with so many big games, or at least one?
Yes, tomorrow I think is the opposite. It's not to rest player. It's going to take the best decision. After a great victory against Manchester City, the massive risk is how we are going to approach the game tomorrow. We have a lot of players that play 90 minutes that maybe they are not in condition to play for different reasons. And we need to be sure the players that are going to be tomorrow on the pitch have full energy. I think we have a strong squad. And of course, rather to rest tomorrow is maybe to provide the team good energy, fresh legs, to be sure that we can approach the game in the best condition, and we are sure that we are going to get the 3 points. But it's not about to rest player for Manchester City. It's because maybe we are going to believe that some players are not in the best condition to play.
The 2 centre-backs, Vertonghen and Toby, were outstanding the other night against Manchester City. Do you have any hope that they will be together here next season?
Well, I think when we talk about performance, it's about collective performance. And of course, if you didn't concede goals, it's more about, first of all, Hugo, because saved the penalty. And then, of course, the performance was good from them and from all the whole team. I am so happy, and I told you, but we cannot talk about 1 or 2 players. I think the effort was massive from the first striker to the keeper. I am happy with all the players.
Yes. Just one other quick one on Harry. Obviously, he would have gone if he was fit. Portugal to help England try and win a trophy in the summer. If he doesn't play for you between now and the end of the season, or only comes back for the last game, will you ask England not to take him so that you can hold summer off and rest him?
No, you know very well me after 6 years and a half working on England, that I am always, my will is to help the national team. And never I'm going to tell some player that not go to the national team. I think the first interest now is to try to provide Harry the best condition and tools to recover as soon as possible. And of course, hope that can be fit as soon as possible, help us on the end of the season and help the national team to achieve or to win the title that they are going to fight on summer. I think it's not a moment to talk too much. It's a moment to help him to be as soon as possible fit to play and to help us and to help, of course, on summer if the manager Gareth think that is going to be important for the national team. To help the national team, of course.
He had an injury last year. He's had now 2 injuries this year. I know none of them are connected. They're all accidents and accidents. But are you worried? He's still a young man. Are you worried that he's going to suffer more and more injuries going forward? Because his career at the moment, he can go and break any record he wants.
No, I'm not worried. Only sometimes happens an accident, and now we need to be sure that can fix the problem and be fit. That is about to be fit, to be stronger than before, and of course with the experience that he have now, for sure in the future, maybe he's going to avoid some situation like happened the other day. But no doubt he's going to be back and he's going to perform in the way that performance on the pass.
We sat here before ahead of a European week and we've questioned whether or not teams should be helped in terms of playing early. You've got the early game tomorrow, City have got a game on Sunday at Palace. Is that a big advantage for you?
Advantage why?
Because you're playing 24 hours before City play, so you've got 24 hours to recover for Wednesday?
No, I think it's a disadvantage to play against Huddersfield tomorrow early because you cannot have 1 day more to recovery after Manchester City. In 10 months competition and in a tough competition like this, to be here and in a club like us or like Manchester City playing every 3 days, I think you have a squad enough to rotate, to play with different players. Sometimes you have some day in advantage and sometimes you are in the disadvantage. But always on the end of the season is a very good balance. But I don't believe it's going to be for next Wednesday an advantage to play Saturday. Because on the end you have some players tomorrow that maybe play Tuesday that they are not going to be in the same condition that if you play Sunday, and that how affect after your condition. It's a lot of theory, but on the end I think we need to accept that always is 3 days in between games that you can be sure that you can recover your players.
Finally, from me, the battle for the top 4 is really exciting. I mean, 2 teams go for 4 teams go for 2 places. How do you see it? I mean, do you see yourselves as favourites ahead of Arsenal, Chelsea and United to get a place? You've been 3rd all season.
No, watching the past in the last few years, I don't believe that we are favourite. I think we are below them. But in our belief, in our confidence, maybe we are above. We trust in ourselves and we are confident that we are going to get the top 4. And of course, I think it's going to be tough. It's so exciting. I think it's amazing for everyone. For us, not too much. But yes, it's going to be fantastic to achieve the top 4 on the end of the season after a very difficult year and all that happened from the beginning. I think be in the position that we are today is amazing, and if on the end we finish in the top 4, I think it's going to be more than fantastic.
How do you stay focused on tomorrow's game when it's sandwiched in between such big games against City?
We must be focused because tomorrow is one of the most important games. If we want to keep our position on the table and play next season on Champions League, it's going to be decisive. We cannot afford tomorrow and not approach the game in our best condition, being aggressive and playing consistently like we play against Manchester City. I don't talk about performance. I talk about the aggressivity and the capacity to fight against Huddersfield and to have the same motivation. If we are not capable, we are going to struggle. We need to feel that this is a Champions League game because it's going to be decisive if we want to play next season, and if we want to show everyone that we deserve to be on the Champions League next season, and we have the level to play every season in the Champions League. Tomorrow is a game that we must win. If we are not capable tomorrow to win, I think it's because we difficult to deserve to be, you know. That is why it's not about to talk too much. The approach must to be perfectly. Of course, with our decision, we need to have the team to put the right player, the players that are fresh, with fresh legs. We have a strong squad. I think we need to rotate because it's so important, because we are on the end of the season and was tough the season for everyone, and now it's in our hands to take the best decision for tomorrow, to be sure that we are going to have the energy to fight and then to have the quality to win the game.
Did you learn anything from Huddersfield the last time you played them?
I think it's in a different situation. You know, when we play last time, they were in Premier League. Today, they are in a different situation, in a difficult situation. Of course, that makes dangerous the opponent, because you don't know how they are going to approach the game, if they are going to be free, or they are going to feel the pressure, I don't know. It's a difficult situation that you cannot guess. The most important is that to be sure how you are going to be and how you are going to approach the game and how you are going to take the game. That is going to be key, of course.
And how important is Harry Winks for the rest of the season?
How important is Harry Winks for the team?
Yeah,
like all the players. I think we are missing players that are injured. We arrive in a very decisive part of the season. Now with Harry Kane or Lamela or different player or here, I think that reduces your capacity to move the squad, to rotate. Yes, but it's important, and it was a very good news for us to have Harry Winks again. Playing, because it's a good help for the team.
Jerry, to finish, please.
Mauricio,
Yes.
UEFA have charged the club about the pitch invader on Tuesday. How important is it for fans to support the club in the right way? Do you have a message for supporters not to run on the pitch?
The supporters are fantastic. That was, I think, it's difficult to avoid some people, doing what that stupid thing was doing. That happened because they are drinking, they start to challenge in between them, and one guy decide to run for nothing and be protagonist. And we cannot make a statement in general, because our fans in general are fantastic. Like happened in the different thing that we were talking in the last few press conference. Only for one, we cannot make a statement in general that are all like him. I think it's so important to be sure and maybe to try to be more proactive in the way that we can avoid this type of situation. Maybe more security or more focus on the people, and if something happened, to avoid before going to the pitch. But I don't believe that this happen often. And I think that yes, was a surprise for everyone, but hope that not happen again, because rather to help the club is going to create problems, and I think we are in a moment that now is all about to enjoy, not about to suffer some situation like we suffered last night.
Lovely. Cameras off, please. Thank you.